This is I Am Pocus and this is Christian Spanish Schmidt. Today we're gonna talk about consolidation of the lung or C pattern or hepatization. Essentially in the normal lung, when we apply the probe and we emit ultrasound, this ultrasound will reverberate or rebound in the pleura because there is nothing else beyond the pleura than air, creating what we call A lines that we can see in the upper right of this video. And this is because, again, we are seeing air or an artifact created by a high reflective surface that is the pleura, creating the A lines. In C pattern or hepatization, we have a different phenomena. What is happening is our probe is emitting ultrasound, but now we have material beyond the pleura. And as you can see here, the ultrasound is going through the pleura to see the parenchyma, which is abnormal. Remember, A lines are only artifacts and they are not part of the parenchyma. In this case, now we can see the parenchyma, and this is because we have fluid, we have gas, and different structures creating the parenchyma of our lung. Sometimes we refer this as hepatization because it looks similar to the liver, just like hepatization in pathology, that the lung looks like similar to the liver. So we have a clearly consolidated image here, and now we're going to talk about it. So here we have air bronchogram. Each of these very bright lines are scattering from the air that is trapped in the bronchi. Sometimes you can see these lines associated to darker lines that are fluid, and this is a fluid-air mixture that we have in the bronchi in an inflamed lung. This patient had pneumonia. And as you can see, now we can see the parenchyma, which is abnormal instead of A lines. And now this is the parenchyma. We also can see fluid since the patient had a parapneumonic effusion. Another thing that you can see is that the lung is pulsating, and this is called lung pulse. We're going to have a chapter only for lung pulse. In here, we have a different slide, and we have air bronchogram. Again, sometimes you can see that the air bronchogram is associated to a darker area, which is the interface between fluid and air, and we can see the lung parenchyma all over the place in the whole area. We can also see a different type of curtain sign, and this is because we have a lobe of the lung affected, whereas the other part of the lung is not affected, and you cannot see air bronchogram in the other side. So hepatization or air bronchogram or C pattern, and then we have a different type of curtain sign because we have creeping in and out a part of the lung that is not as sick as the other part. We can also see the pleura here, right there, and you can see that the patient is tachypnic because of this large pneumonia. Here we see the liver right here, and you can see that there is a diaphragm, and the C pattern is right there, and you can see how the echogenicity from the liver and the C pattern is not much different, making it what we call hepatization. Then we can see fluid, and as a bonus, we see septae in a patient who had also empyema. Here we have a different patient, this time with an ultra-portable ultrasound, the butterfly, and we can see the liver. We can see on top of the liver the diaphragm in C pattern. That's the lung coming in and out. In lung mode, in the butterflies, this is how you will see consolidation. Then you can see fluid. This patient had an atelectasis secondary to the fluid. Lastly, we have here a bronchogram. Now it's more subpleural. You can see all the areas that are hyperechoic coming in and out. And this is because the consolidation is very subpleural. This is a patient who had a viral pneumonia. Then these subpleural consolidations are associated to solid B lines. We don't see, just like in the other parts, like we were able to see consolidations all over the field, but in this case we see solid B lines. And then we have the illusion of a shredded pleura. You can see that the pleura does not appear normal and now appears shredded, which is secondary to the subpleural consolidation. And this is for this video.